Students need a specific type of laptop for their studies. Not only should it be powerful enough to perform well in their chosen major, but it should also be compact and lightweight enough to lug around all day. Number 1. Apple MacBook Air 13. The best laptop for college we've tested is the Apple MacBook Air 13. This premium model is ideal for college students who need a thin, light laptop to write papers, browse the web, and consume media. Apple's base M3 SoC is well suited to light productivity tasks and even some video editing and 3D graphics. Plus, it doesn't even need a cooling fan, so you won't have to worry about loud fan noise in classrooms and libraries. It provides an amazing user experience, sporting a sharp, bright display, a spacious keyboard, and a gigantic haptic touchpad. Its battery life is excellent, though it takes a while to fully charge. Port selection is its biggest weakness, as it only has two USB-C/Thunderbolt 3 ports, and these ports will only output to two external displays if the lid is closed. The Apple MacBook Air 15, 2024, is also a good choice if you want a bigger screen with better sounding speakers, but it costs more. For Windows users, we recommend the HP Spectre X36014. This 14-inch model is also a premium ultra-portable, and it feels incredibly well built. Its 120Hz 2.8K OLED display, spacious keyboard, and haptic touchpad provide an excellent user experience. It has Wi-Fi 7 wireless connectivity, an excellent 4K webcam, and a decent port selection with one USB-A and two USB-C/Thunderbolt 4s. Plus, you can flip the screen around into tablet mode since it's a 2-inch-1 convertible. Pen support is present if you want to take handwritten notes, though you may have to buy the pen separately, depending on the retailer. Two things to bear in mind: the display doesn't get nearly as bright as the MacBook Airs, so visibility may be more of an issue in well-lit environments, and LEDs are susceptible to permanent burn-in, meaning you'll have to take some active measures to prevent it, like hiding the taskbar. Number 2. HP Pavilion Aero 13. Our recommendation for a more affordable mid-range option is the HP Pavilion Aero 13, 2024. Configurable with Zen 4 AMD Ryzen CPUs, up to a Ryzen 7 8840HS. This 13-inch ultra-portable is well suited for light productivity tasks like text processing and web browsing, as well as some moderately intensive workloads like programming and photo editing. It's easy to carry around, and you likely won't need to bring a charger, as the battery lasts 10 hours of light use. It comes with 16 GB of soldered RAM. This is both good and bad, as you don't have to spend extra to upgrade. Most laptops only come with 8 GB on the base models, but you can't add more. Thankfully, its SSD is user replaceable. You can choose an FHD Plus or QHD Plus IPS panel. They're both bright enough to provide good visibility in well-lit settings. Number 3. Asus VivoBook 16M 1605. If you are on a budget, then get the Asus VivoBook 16M 1605, 2023. This model feels well built despite its low price, and it's relatively portable for a 16-inch device. You can get it with an AMD Ryzen 5 or Ryzen 7 CPU. Both are more than adequate to handle most student workloads like text processing, web browsing, and video playback. RAM configuration is limited, as you can only get 8 GB or 16 GB. 16 GB models are harder to find, but the upside is that the memory is user upgradable, so you can just get the 8 GB model and pop in a SODIMM memory stick later on. Battery life is okay at around 8 hours of light use. The overall user experience is good. It is a comfortable keyboard, a large, responsive touchpad, and a decent 720p webcam. The display looks reasonably sharp but a bit dim and washed out, a common drawback of budget-friendly devices. However, you get plenty of nice features like Wi-Fi 6E wireless connectivity and a fingerprint sensor for quick logins. There's also a decent port selection with 3 USBs, a USB-C, and an HDMI, The USB-C doesn't support video output, so you'll have to use the HDMI port to connect an external display. Number 4. Apple MacBook Pro 14. For students in more technical fields who need a high-performance laptop to run intensive applications, we recommend the Apple MacBook Pro 14. Like its M2 predecessor, this new M3 model has a sleek, compact design, a sturdy build, and all-day battery life. It provides a fantastic user experience with its sharp mini LED display, comfortable keyboard, and gigantic, easy-to-use haptic touchpad. You get tons of ports to connect peripherals and external displays and an outstanding 1080p webcam for video calls. You also get a fingerprint sensor so that you can log in quickly. Apple's M3 Pro Max OS can easily handle demanding tasks, making this laptop a great option for students in programming, 3D graphics and animation, or science and engineering. The fans remain quiet under load, so you don't have to worry about causing too much noise in a quiet classroom or library. If screen real estate is more important than portability, you can get the larger Apple MacBook Pro 16. It's the same device but with better sounding speakers and a longer battery life. The only downside is its higher price. Number 5. Asus ROG Zephyrus G14. If you want a laptop that you can game on during your downtime, get the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14, 2024. Sleek and compact, this 14-inch model is easy to carry around while still packing plenty of processing power to provide a smooth gaming experience in demanding games. It has a gorgeous 120Hz 2.8K OLED display, a tactile keyboard, and one of the best speaker systems you can find on a Windows machine. You get Wi-Fi 6E wireless connectivity, a facial recognition camera for quick logins, and a wide port selection, including 2 USB-Cs and an HDMI 2.1. Regarding the configuration options, you can choose between an AMD Ryzen 7 or 9 CPU paired with an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050, 4060, or 4070. If you don't mind playing your games at 1080p, you can go with a 4050 model, but for 1440p gaming, or 2.8K, we recommend upgrading to a 4060 or 4070. RAM and storage max out at 32GB and 1TB, respectively. Only the SSD is user replaceable, which you might want to do later, as 1TB fills up quickly with the size of most modern games. Battery life is decent at around 8 hours of light use, so depending on your usage, you may have to plug it in for a quick charge to get through the day.